Now, joining me in the studios to delve more into Valentine's Day is the Secretary General of the National Catholic Secretariat, Father Emmanuel Abekwe. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you.
Now, if Saint Valentine were to be alive,
of course, if we go back to the origins of this day, Saint Valentine was a Roman Catholic priest who ministered in Rome from AD 250 onwards. Now he faced two persecutions. The first one was from Emperor Valerian. Now Emperor Valerian decreed that the church shouldn't celebrate the sacrament because the church was doing something in secrecy. But Valentine ignored it and continued to celebrate the sacraments for the church. Now after Emperor Valerian, Emperor Claudius also came and kept to the law that was established by the previous emperor. And then he also said that men shouldn't celebrate their marriages because he needed people to fight in wars, and that men who were married were inactive when it came to battles. And of course, St. Valentine ignored it. So eventually, around 257, St. Valentine was captured and put into prison. Even there, he also ministered to the people there, and then became friends with his jailer, who was called Asterius, and then his the daughter of the jailer, who was called Julia. Now he healed Julia out of her blindness, and when he was about to be put to death, he wrote a letter to Julia and signed it "From your Valentine." And from that time onwards, people have associated February 14th with St. Valentine. But he will not be happy now because what he did showed two things: fidelity to God and to your work, and the need to love people, especially the deprived. But if that is not what we see now as the celebration is unfolding, then I don't think he'll be happy seeing what is taking place on this day.
As a father, what do you think has accounted for we Ghanaians, not only Ghanaians, but the world over, what do you think has corrupted Valentine's Day?
Excessive commercialization. People want to seize the day to sell their wares, especially wares that border on love, like cards, rings, and so on.
Aren't they relevant?
They are relevant, but they must be put into context. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating a man who died for God. He served God and died for humanity. It's not about sex, it's not about sexual pleasure. It's about fidelity to God and the need to show love, care, and concern, because that is the very essence of God. God is love, and those of us who are created in his image and likeness as human beings are expected to show love. We don't seize a day like this to promote sexual promiscuity or sexual indulgence. Some are
also of the opinion that it's pagan worship when we celebrate Valentine's Day. And I did a little research and I realized that Val's Day was deleted from the Roman calendar of saints in 1969. Then why is it still being celebrated then?
You know that around the time of St. Valentine, there was a Roman celebration. Which was called Lupercalia. And it was celebrated in honor of the Roman goddess called Juno. And it was a day dedicated to marriage and to love. And on this day, they had something they called name drawing. On the eve of February 14th, they will write the names of young girls and maidens who were maybe eligible to marry and put them in a box. And then the young men and boys will go and pick and draw from the box. So the name you got, you would have to search for the woman or the young girl and become friends with her. That will eventually lead to marriage or something like that. So that was happening, and they chose St. Valentine as the patron saint of this. So what we are saying is this, that St. Valentine, as we are celebrating him today, lived and died for God and for love that he had for him and for humanity.
So currently, how do you think we should celebrate St. Valentine's Day?
Is it worth celebrating? I will say yes and I will say no. Yes, for three basic reasons. First and foremost, it's a reminder of the need to love God, to love your work, to love your country. Two, there is the need for all of us to show fidelity like St. Valentine did. Fidelity to what we do as human beings, to our work and to one another. And 3, because it has become National Chocolate Day, it's an invitation to all Ghanaians to not only love chocolate, but to patronize made in Ghana goods. Because currently the country is flooded with all kinds of foreign goods, and it's not promoting development in Ghana. So these are 3 basic reasons why this day is important for me. But no, also for 2 basic reasons, because of excessive commercialization. Right now, I know that very many people are under pressure because they are expected to buy cards, expected to buy gifts for people, very many people, and some of them may have even put off their phones and so on. There's so much pressure. The second reason why it's not worth celebrating is the promotion of sexual indulgence, which goes with this day. Previously, we were told that even condoms got finished in the country, and that is serious. So these are 2 reasons why it is not worth celebrating. But on the other hand, I think that it's a day for us to show love, to show care and concern, especially for those who are deprived. So it's both ways, yes and no. But for me, the emphasis should be on the yes, the need for us to show agape love, filial love to one another.
Do you think it will be a difficult task in turning the way Valentine has been corrupted into, rather celebrating it into a way that it should be? Is it going to be difficult?
Difficult, yes, but it's a challenge, and challenges must be overcome. If we all put our hands to the wheel and begin to do serious education and formation, I believe that we will be able to overcome the negative aspect of Valentine. I'm saying this because if pastors, religious leaders and churches take it upon themselves to use this period to teach people about the essence of God, which is love, it will go a long way to turn the emphasis on sexual promiscuity and so on. If teachers take this opportunity to teach pupils and students about the need to love their studies, love their parents, and love their books, I believe that it will go a long way to help. And if you in the media take the opportunity to educate your listeners and viewers about the true essence of this day, I believe that gradually we will be able to overcome the other challenges. All
right, thank you very much for that education. I've been speaking with the Secretary General of the National Catholic Secretariat, Father Emmanuel Abekwe. You're still watching Midday Live on TV3.